social media can be fun and informative and a really great way to stay in touch with family and friends, as well as promoting your brand, but how do you protect yourself and your brand from hackers? Here with tips and advice, our tech expert, Lisa Chang, joins me. I'm so good. This whole hacking situation is such a scary situation that someone can kind of come in and assume your data, your personality, and take over. It seems to be very easy to do because the stats that you have are astounding.
Yes, so actually hundreds of millions of us, as you mentioned, rely on social media just to stay connected with family and friends or even promote our small business. But the stats do show that 44 Instagram accounts are being compromised a minute. And 160,000 Facebook accounts are being compromised a day. So when you look at that, it's important to understand that while we love this technology, for somebody like a hacker, it can be quite simple for them to really understand who you are by what you post. And so knowing how to protect yourself and feeling empowered to protect your information and your world becomes really, really key.
How do you know what's your first clue that you're being hacked?
Okay, so this, I mean, again, it's changing every single day, but there are some big clues in that. First off, you will get an error. So maybe you've been locked out of your account and you don't understand what the heck is going on here. I never changed my password. Well, you might get an error message like this. Your account has been disabled for violating terms, etc. Or you actually might get another one. Sorry, we couldn't connect to your login server, so now there's a problem with your Wi-Fi. How about fake ads? So this is another thing. You might start to get a lot of spam type feeling posts on your feed, or even getting people following you that don't seem quite right. These are all indications that you're being looked at. So really, it's important to get ahead of the curve and know how to protect yourself.
Okay, so you get the hints, you're clued in, my account's sort of on the radar. What do you do to protect yourself?
Okay, so let's say, like I said, you're getting those fake ads, you're getting even somebody impersonating you. The best thing to do, number one, is to notify all of your contacts. So make sure that you, if you can get into your account, put a post out and let everybody know, do not follow this Instagram account or Facebook account that is impersonating myself. Another thing to do is access the social media platform security. So find a way to get in with them and let them know that, hey, there's a problem. Now, how do you protect yourself? This is the biggest one. So a lot of us, as you know, we stay connected very innocently with family and friends. But what we don't actually often realize when we're posting is that we're oversharing personal information.
We are.
Right? So checking in to a location, let's say, or showing a passport with your boarding pass where you're going. I'm going on vacation. Maybe, you know, showing an innocent photo of your child and their name. How about announcing to everybody that it's your birthday? What is all that doing?
You're giving everyone the full file of information on your life.
Exactly.
You are. I mean, that's what's happening, right?
And so a hacker is after one thing, and that is your password. Your password becomes super key. We have to change our password at least once every 3 months.
How do we remember them?
I know, and so that becomes the biggest challenge. Girl, especially as we get older and those gray hairs start to come in, we need to have a password manager, okay? So get a system in your arsenal where you can start to remember your passwords. Make it unique. I know when you get those notifications, your password has to have an uppercase and a lowercase and a number and an asterisk
8
and
digits
this and that.
And blah, blah, blah.
Find a way to write it down. This is really going to protect you. In addition to that, do not use the same password for everything. Make sure that it's always different.
Sorry guys, if you're anything like me.
Bad news, right? But good news in the long run. Good news in the long run. In addition to that, we really need to make sure that we're cognizant of what we're sharing. Let's just try and be more aware of our privacy and not overshare. Making sure that we're aware of where we're accessing our social media is key as well, because a lot of us do it in a public Wi-Fi spot.
And is that where people can get you?
Absolutely.
Got it.
Okay, so making sure that we're safe, maybe not logging into their Wi-Fi, maybe using our data for those things if we absolutely have to, or using social media when we're at home in a safe environment.
Got it.
Okay? Another thing to do is to turn on what is called two-factor authentication.
Okay.
And so what you're going to do is you're actually going to go into your settings in Facebook or Instagram. So here we're using my Instagram, and you're going to get real familiar with something called privacy and security.
Okay.
If you go down, so you can actually customize your own profile through this whole menu here, but
Yeah.
the important thing is to go into two-factor authentication. And what this is going to do when you turn it on is it's going to add one layer of security between yourself and someone who's trying to get into your account.
Right.
So let's say, for example, I'm using this iPad. If I'm accessing Instagram through this iPad and I'm also on my phone using Instagram, this is going to send a text message now to my phone saying, hey, you're trying to log into your supposed Instagram through
Yeah.
another device. Are we sure it's really you?
Right.
Use this code. And now you can log in with that code. So you know what? We've added, again, that extra layer of security. We know
Okay.
it's you. Okay, you can get in.
Very interesting, because we know the credit card companies are very much on top of it now.
Absolutely.
Every time I go away, my card gets canceled.
Yes.
And I have to call, and I'm actually happy to do it.
Of course.
You know, it's embarrassing in the moment, but then when you call and you're like, so I'm actually here,
Yeah.
it's me.
Yes.
And they're like, okay, no problem, ma'am, give us all the codes and the passwords and we'll give you your card back. But I'm happy to have that they're so on top of it. So social media is going to have to be the same level of stringency. They're going to have to like really zero in on who you are at any given moment.
You know, Tracy, you bring up such a good point, because if we do that for our credit cards,
Yeah.
if we put home security into our homes, if we're using sunscreen on our face to protect us from sun damage,
Yeah.
and we are accessing millions of accounts a day through social media, why wouldn't we make sure that we're on top of our safety and our protection one step further with this platform?
Absolutely.
So it's really getting empowered to just understand it. Again, do not add any auto syncing. So if you're logging into Instagram, make sure it doesn't auto sync to Facebook. And just again, being cognizant of your information and not oversharing.
Lisa, thank you so much.